Hi everyone, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have two fun projects that I just finished working on that I wanted to share. The first one, I actually think, because I don't want, hold on, this one we cannot see just yet, but let me get this little cutie right here. So, oh, let me zoom in actually, because can't really see that. Oh, too far. So I have made another little tiny paper bag junk journal, and oh, I just love them. They're so cute. This one's little. I think it's I think it measures 375 or 3 3/4. I always do 375 because I put 3.75, but it's 3 3/4 by 5. I think. Yep, by 5. And yeah, so 3 3/4 by 5. And this one, I used elements in this one from Ellie's digital kit, and I wrote it down. Where was it? I'm not sure. Oh, no. It's called Soul Garden. And this one here, this was actually one of the pages, but I just cut it down and used it for the front cover. So I'm calling this little journal Enchanted Rose. And then the back is plain here. And you know what? Let me sit down so I can get a little closer to what I'm doing. All right, so the front here I left open. And then inside, these are some of the little ephemera pieces from the kit, the Soul Garden kit. And then when you open it up, I used these are one of the journaling cards from the kit, but I decided to use it as a little tuck spot. And then inside, this one is from the kit. And then this is something I just had in my stash, but I kind of thought it went with the whole theme. And then we have some extra journaling paper that you can journal on. I don't know, I think it went like that. And that. And inside I have some different sorts of papers. We have the coffee dyed paper. Here is some, I think this is resume paper, because I'm pretty sure it's watermarked. I have some vintage music paper. And then when I was cutting it down, I also kept the edges and decorated up some of the plainer sheets. And then we have some ledger paper. And then here, I don't know how many videos back, but I had found this at, I think it was maybe at a church rummage sale, but basically, hold on, let me just show you what I'm talking about. It was this, and it's like a pad of, I don't know, you could do like, I guess like to-do lists, or I don't know what, scorekeeping lists. But what I did is I took a few sheets and I sewed them here, so that way you can make little lists in your book too. And then this, I had this in my stash, but beauty, I like the way it looked. And again, a little corner tuck with two little ephemera pieces. So basically what I did was I took the Soul Garden kit and just printed out all the ephemera at a smaller size so I could use it in this journal. And then here's a stamp that I have. I don't know why I used this color stamp. There was a reason at the time, but I have no idea. But it's a pretty cool looking stamp. So I just put it on for decoration. It doesn't, you can't tuck or anything underneath. It's just a decorative piece. And then here I used my scallop circle punch, and I punched out, this was kind of like when I cut down the music paper, this was on one side of it and it's in German, but I thought it was kind of cool. But this basically opens up, and I don't even know if I'm in frame, but Oh, well, you kind of get what I mean. So there's so many little different spots to write on the front and then on the back, and then it folds back up into this little tiny like booklet there. And here is another image from actually from one of the pages, and I just kind of tore around it and used it as a just like a decoration. And I made a little band, and in that I made these little tiny envelope with, and I don't have it here. Oh, I did have it. Huh. Oh. With my little envelope punch board, my teeny tiny envelope punch board. And then inside, what I have is just a little bit of coffee dyed. Why doesn't this go in? Hold on. Here it is. So you can write something there, like a little secret note or something, and then fold it back up. Oops, that's not the way I had it folded. Oh no, maybe. Oh my gosh. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it folds like that, and then you have to somehow get it back in this little tiny envelope. And then this gets tucked back like that. And then here is the middle. And this one says, life is a grand adventure. Go live it. And this was a piece of like a scrapbooking paper that I coffee dyed a while back, and then I had in my stash. I used the rest of it. I cut it out, but I don't throw in my scraps. So this was actually a scrap piece, but I cut it down a little bit, and it's perfect to be the center. And then here's another little envelope. Behind this one, I stuck a little tag there. Little coffee dyed tag. And this is the other side of the ledger paper, but this one flips out, and then I tied a little bit of seam binding. Oh, no, sorry, silk ribbon there. And then I did make another little tuck spot, again with just some little elements. This I had in my stash. It's blank on the back, so you could journal. And then again, another stamp. The colors here went really well with this little journal. That's why I don't remember why I used the other one, but I picked it out for a reason. And then some more little papers to make some lists or some notes. And again, a flip out for the ledger, and another little piece of sari silk ribbon there. And then here's some music paper, and I put another little excess strip there. Here's another little tag from her kit, and a mini Rolodex card. And then the back. And then the back I have a sari silk ruffle. This one I did not open the bottom. On the last one I did to also put stuff in there, but I wanted this on there, and obviously if I sewed it on, then I couldn't have it open. So that is my little Enchanted Rose paper bag junk journal, and that is listed in my shop now if you are interested. And then the other one that I have, and this one I'm actually going to probably have to zoom out because it's bigger. So the next one I have, before I show it to you, this is the one. I got my idea to create this from one of my friends on YouTube. Her name is Sherry, and her YouTube channel is called Turquoise Streaming. But lately, she's been making these magazine type journals where she uses magazine covers to make the covers, and then magazine pages on the inside. Along with like coffee dyed papers and other papers like that. But I mean, I've watched her videos over and over and over again because I love the idea, and I wanted to try something similar. I couldn't find a magazine that I really liked. Like, I went to the thrift store to see if they have, old magazines. Maybe I'll get a good cover and then use pictures on the inside, because she also did a video where she did a walkthrough of magazines, and I saw how she picked out her pictures, but I couldn't find a good magazine. Then another one of my friends, Danny, Junk Journals and More on YouTube, she was doing a book sale, and she got to the end of the second video, and there were some that other books that she had that she wasn't going to go like too much through, but if you were interested, you could contact her and purchase that way. And I saw one that was a seashell book. And then I got the idea of trying to recreate Sherry's type of journal with images from a book. And originally I was going to call it She Sells Seashells by the Seashore, but it became so much of a tongue twister that what I did is I just called it At the Beach. There we go. Plain and simple, At the Beach. So this is my little attempt to try to recreate Sherry's magazine traveler's notebook / junk journals. So what I did, this here, actually, let me see if I can open it without anything falling out. This was, I believe, the inside cover of the book. Or I don't remember what it was, but I decided to use this, and I'm sorry about the glare because it's kind of like a shiny surface, but I wanted to use this as the cover. And then I added my own title. Obviously, I typed it, At the Beach. And then let's get inside. So I realized once I started going through the book, the pictures, there was a couple that were like full page, but lots of the pictures were like half pages, and then like a description or something was underneath it talking about what the picture above or below was. So I had to get a little bit creative. So what I did, and let me just tell you, the inside of this is actually from a paper pad. And then paper pad, it was a beach themed paper pad, but I thought that to cover the inside, it was perfect. Because I don't know if you can see very well. Let me just take those out. They are shells. And then this is also a cutoff from the cover page that I turned into a pocket, and then I put the words love, laugh, swim, and these words were also from the same paper pack as that, along with a couple other pieces of ephemera that I used. So in the front pocket, I made some tags or journaling cards or whatever you want to call them. I sewed them onto coffee dyed paper in the back. And then also, when I got the book from Danny, she also sent along some extra like beach themed goodies, so I was able to add some of that into the journal as well. So here's the hammerhead shark. Then she sent this. This is a vintage tally card, which is really cool. We have that. And then this was also a little cutout from the paper pack. But I kind of feel like it all goes together. So this was one of the pictures. So what I ended up doing was all the pictures that I liked, and I actually still have so much left over, almost enough to make another journal. So we'll see, but I don't have something for the cover. So I'm not sure yet exactly how I'm going to utilize the rest of the pictures. But what I would do is the ones that I liked, I cut them out and then I sewed them onto the actual page. Because hers, since magazine pages, they're so big, she basically sewed the picture that she wanted onto coffee dyed paper, folded it in half, and that became the sheet. Where in this book, the pictures aren't a full page. So I just cut out what I wanted and I sewed them on. So here, Danny also sent me a couple little charms. There's 2 of these, so you'll see 2 seashells through here, and then there's another one that I'll show you when we get there. And then, let's see. So I also have some of the vintage music sheet paper. This is vintage office paper. Office, I don't know, note paper. I made 2 envelopes with some of the book pages left over. Look at that. How pretty is that? And then inside, let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is all from Danny too. So we have the seahorse and the stingray, and they're from Go Fish. And then I just made a little journaling card there. And then those, oops, tuck right back in, and then this just folds right over. And again, of course, you know, you don't have to keep the envelopes in here. You can use them however you want. I loved this picture so much. This is actually, as you can see, taking up a whole page, but you can definitely journal on the top or the bottom if you want to, but it's just such a gorgeous picture of this shell. And here is the other little charm. So there's 2 of these in here, and this is the little octopus. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. And then I took one of the pages. Actually, this was a cutoff from one of the pages, and I turned it into a belly band. And in the belly band here, I have, you know what, let me sit down because I feel like I'm too far away from this. All right, so in the belly band, I have this. This is a lighthouse. So this is also a little piece of ephemera from Danny. And then I also bought these from her shop, and these are, as you can see, plain cards, but they have seashells on them. And then I made a tag with some coffee dyed, actually this is an index card on the back. So that way you can write on it. And then I did a lot of these sari silk ribbon ruffles because I really like them. And so I've been using them. And lots of room for journaling. Here's another little pocket I made. And originally, so each of the pictures had what type of shell was in the picture. And what I thought was I was going to cut out the name and then put it, you know, like I did here. But I realized once I cut out all the pictures, I didn't know which pictures went to which shells, unfortunately. So that idea didn't work. But this was the first one that I did. So that went on right away. So in here, I made another kind of like a journaling card / tag. These are also vintage time cards that I have. So those are cool. You can write on the back of that. Here is another shell journaling card that I made. And then this is from Danny and the little yellow fish. And then I also got some washi from her, which are these are little seashells and then little dolphins there. And I never really know how to use washi, so I kind of just stuck a little bit throughout. And hopefully that just gives it that extra little, you know, funness. See, like, put the washi there. And then here is another beautiful picture. These are the sand dollars. So I cut it out and I use this as a whole page again. And here is the middle, and I love this page. So I didn't really want to cover up the shells, but behind this it wasn't really much. So I sewed this on here. That way, did I sew it on? No, I didn't. I sewed around it, and oh no, actually I did, because I sewed the back of this to coffee dyed paper. Okay, so I did. I sewed this paper onto here, and then I sewed this paper onto here. So that's why you can't see the stitches in the back, but you can actually feel them. So that way, I'm not covering up any of these beautiful shells, but if you want to write something, you can write it right there. And then I have a little pocket that I made here, and then in this pocket we have some more little journaling cards that I made with, and all these little pictures, they were like little pictures of shells and stuff. And then 2 more little fish. And those stick right back down. Oops. I don't know. Something like that. There you go. And here's the other little envelope that I made. And this is a small one. And these shells, still pretty. And then here, I have some little tiny cards that I got from Danny. And then I also made a little journaling spot as well. And those get tucked right back in there. And some more washi tape there. And that goes right like that. And let me just make sure I'm in frame, because I feel like I moved a little bit. Oh, no, I'm good. Okay, so some more of the vintage office paper. A little ruffle there. here I did a little side tuck right there, and then 2 more of the journaling cards that I made. It's a music sheet, another belly band, and again one of the cards with the seashells, and then 2 that I made, and I'm really sorry about the glare. I think shells are just so gorgeous because there's so many types and so many kinds, and it amazes me. Oh, and here's another one of the shell charms right there. And as you can see, I did a lot of sewing in this book, and I left the little strings on there. Of course, they can always be cut off if you don't want them, but I kind of like the way it looked. And this one here, oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. This one took up a whole paper. Let me stand up just to make sure that I'm not getting the glare. Oh, but there's it's the shell. And of course, you know, since I cut off the page, I can't remember what type of shell it is, but somehow this all sort of connects, which I thought was so cool. It looks kind of magical. And there's the other little octopus charm. And then here is another picture. It's like a little bunch of those shells, kind of like this right here. See? And then there is the back. And the amazing thing about this is that, see, as much as is inside, it actually stays closed. And I'm thinking it's because of the cover. It's kind of like a heavy-duty cover. But I don't know. But it just, usually my things, like, they stay really open. This one stays closed. So this is at the beach, and it also is already in my Etsy. And so is this little cutie. So if you're interested in either one of them, I'll leave the links below. And now I am off to dream up my next project. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.